Hello, Fabulous Libra. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of March 2017. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It's really good to be back. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And what a month it is. It's a good month to be back at that. And that is because of Venus retrograde. We've got Venus retrograde season well underway, and this is where Venus goes direct, entering one of her more potent moments, if you will, as part of this extended cycle. Now, it is going to be right out of the gate as we start the month that Venus will be slowing down to a halt, and then very early in the month beginning to go backwards in the sky. And this is happening in your opposite sign. Over the course of the month, Venus will slowly continue moving back in your opposite sign. And late in the month, there will be a new moon with Venus hand in hand in this very same part of the sky. It is set to be a very important month for you in the context of love and partnerships of all kind, for that matter. And this is where a lot of reconsideration starts to come into the picture. Now, you are one of the signs who is most likely to experience a past love show up for you again, for better or worse. This is where the past comes back to life. For a lot of you out there, I see this as a time when you are going to get to examine and then re-examine just what it is that has been in the context of love and what it is that is going to mean for you now, right here in the present. The great thing is that you're being taken on a journey. Now, thankfully, Venus, when she goes retro, and especially when she's changing directions, is very close to the earth. And so passion is high. The goddess of love is really magnified in her magic. However, it is in certain decisive moments when Venus is changing direction next month that reality is really going to start to set in and decisions will be made going forward. Of course, I'll be here to talk about it then, but this is the month where it's more likely to be nice. It's more likely to be fun. It's much more likely that the passionate side of things are going to be magnified and that the joy is there. Whenever it is that Venus goes retro, all of us in at least one area of life get to ask ourselves and be honest with ourselves on the question, do I love it or him or her or this situation or this place or this work? And for you, it really is connected to a person. It is connected to an understanding of love and partnership and sharing and what that entails. For most people, it's certainly going to be associated with love. So as I said, past lovers coming back, very possible with this energy. In the middle of the month, we do have a full moon taking place. But this full moon is happening in the sign just before yours, which makes it particularly quiet, okay? So ordinarily, we have a full moon and things can really start to come to light. I think with this particular full moon, because of where it is in your sky, it seems to be stirring things more under the surface. And it is very possible that this is going to be magnifying the emotion in the air and even the passion in the air as well, thanks to the way that Pluto is connecting with this full moon. There might be, for a small percentage of you out there, if you find yourself reconnecting with, having continuous conversations with somebody that you really know or had a really bad experience with, this is where that inner nagging voice telling you to be careful, reminding you what happened, this is where it'll be a little bit louder than you may like it right around this full moon. And yet, for all that, it does seem like you are fully engaged and wanting to understand yourself as reflected in the eyes of another, to see yourself differently in the context of love. For others of you out there, it may not be someone from the past, but someone who is a whole lot like someone from the past. Now, as I talk about this, I feel like there might be some Libras out there who are like, okay, Nadiya, you just told me to run and hide. That may really feel like you do not want to even leave your house because that ex or that person is nobody that you are trying to run into anytime at all. And that, I guess that's an option for some people, but the thing is, there are certain moments, and I'm very much of this belief, and I've been contemplating recently how we have this balance as human beings, right? We have this part of us that can manifest, that can decide what we want, and we can focus on it and work towards it and achieve it. We have free will, and that is one of the most sacred and special things about being a human being. And at the same time, we have times, or we have areas in life where the lesson is that sometimes fate is stronger. Sometimes there is a higher will, or another will at the very least, at play, and you've just kind of got to go along for the ride. You just have to trust it, because there isn't really a whole lot of choice in the matter. There's a lot of powerlessness in those situations. And that sacred balance, I think, is part of what it means and defines being human. For those of you in an established bond, it is very possible at this time that some long-standing or ongoing issue that has been asking to be addressed, and then you thought you addressed it and you thought it was over, something in that realm shows up for you again. And it really is to get that extra layer of healing and that extra layer of understanding. So if there have been any things that, maybe hurt a little bit in the past, whether it was your partner or whether it was you, this Venus retrograde season will give you a chance to look at that and to heal that and to put that aside. I do think, though, it's very likely that if you are in an established bond, more than anything, this tends to, in my experience, remind you all the things that you really love about this person. Sometimes it can make you aware of some of your own insecurities that might be there. But the desire to love is so strong, and the willingness to look at this person with more passionate eyes tends to be stronger as well. So if you are already coupled, if you are already in an established bond, chances are that passion is going to be running high. Your desire to know your partner and to let your partner know how much they mean to you is likely to be running high and be an important priority for you as well. Now, some of you out there, a small number of you out there, may experience this energy in the realm of a business partnership, and it really does come down to, is this person a part of me living a life I love? Is this person a part of me being able to do more of what I love? Does this person bring more love, prosperity, pleasure? Do they help facilitate this more in my life or less? And where it is that if you feel like a certain bond or a certain professional bond is way too much work, or you're doing more of the work, or they're not really facilitating or part of the type of opportunities or prosperity that really are bringing you the kind of happiness and bringing you the kind of hope that you would like, this is where you get to get that clarity at the very least. I do think also with this, though, there tends to be a need, if you're in a business partnership, to give each other a little bit of space. Remember, with Venus, it's about joy and pleasure, and enjoying life really is a big part of what Venus is about. And so when Venus is retro, she is particularly close to the Earth. So all of us are having our own encounters with this energy in a more notable way than we otherwise might. And so it tends to be better off to just kind of leave other people alone where it is that clearly they need space, or their actions are showing you that they need space, because other people will be very much drawn to each other. And that's really where the learning is. And that's where most of the opportunity is as well. I would be mindful, though, in a business partnership of making any kind of big financial plans. I would definitely be mindful of any kind of contracts to merge with another person, whether in business or in love. And that includes marriage, that includes prenups or postnups or cohabitation agreements. All of that I would leave alone during this Venus retrograde season. Venus is going to leave shadow, be totally done in May, but will actually go direct next month in April. I'll be here to talk about it then. So it really is not that much time, right? We're looking at about, 8 weeks or so. So really not a whole lot of time that you have to hold back on moving forward with any kind of contracts. And it may just be worth it. I've heard amazing things happen to people during Venus retrograde in the realm of their relationships. And especially when that retro is happening in your opposite sign. if you can. If you can't help it, if you've already put down $50,000 and that is an investment to you and you've already put it down and you can't get it back, you got this huge wedding planned, it'll be the party of the season of the year in your town. It's up to you to decide what you want to do about that, but if you can, I would suggest that at least for the next 4 weeks or so, maybe don't get married. I'm just going to put it out there. Having Venus retro in your opposite sign, not always the best time to seal the deal and seal the agreement. However, it can be a really great time to remember and to connect to all the things that you truly love about this person. What I love about this month for you is that focus on heart, is that focus on connection with others. And others certainly are there for you. Even if some conversations in the middle of the month feel a little uncomfortable, and even if some truth tries to seep through, someone says something that, maybe hits a little bit too close to home, to help you to understand what's happening in love a little bit differently, it's up to you to decide if it makes sense for you in that moment or not. That's really okay. It may come from love, maybe not. It's up to you to decide. But ultimately, what I do really love about this month is that you come to this deeper understanding, a deeper appreciation, and a deeper connection to love and to understanding that people have love to offer to you. It's like arms wide open everywhere you go. Coming to the deeper appreciation of just how valued you are, not only romantically, but in many different areas of life by a whole bunch of different types of people as well. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful to be back in full swing. Monthly horoscopes are very exciting to me. If you would like a video just like this every single week, an expanded horoscope video for your sign, log on to astrofabulous.com and become one of my Astrofabulous superstars. And all of my superstars out there get access to an exclusive community as well of superstars. And we have a whole lot of fun together and expanded videos, instant access to weekly horoscopes just like this. Hope, inspiration, love, and wisdom constantly affirmed in so many different moments. And in this moment right now too, I hope. Thank you so much. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.